What's up, everybody who's ready for April Madness in the NBA? Today I'm going to talk some NBA championship odds and MVP odds. We get things started with the MVP. Okay, so Jokic and Harden are the favorites here, right? Jokic is at minus 130, Harden is at plus 500, but there's some other guys that intrigue me. Joel Embiid and LeBron James, two guys that were once favorites who are going to come back from injury, who might have a chance. Embiid is at plus 700. The Sixers have a legitimate shot to finish with the best record in the East. 29.9 points per game. Listen, at plus 700 for a guy who's once at close to plus 100, could be good value here for Joel Embiid. And also LeBron James at plus 850. Now, LeBron's going to have to come back mid-April, I think, to really have a chance at it, okay? The season ends on the 16th of May. I strongly believe that he'll come back maybe late April. High ankle sprain is kind of a serious injury. But the Lakers, man, they're not going to win too many games without Anthony Davis and LeBron James. So if LeBron kind of comes back to save them, at plus 850, could offer good value. Happy to see Damian Lillard move up, right? He was at plus, 3,300 a couple weeks back. He's now at plus 1,200. Portland's winning everything. Well, they've won 7 games there to finish March. And Damian Lillard is close to 30 points per game. He's been absolutely clutch. I mean, what else do you want from a player, right? He's been great all year. Portland kind of getting healthy here. Dame could offer decent value at plus 1,200. But there's three guys, and especially one, that I want you to keep an eye on. Luka Doncic at plus 20,000, at plus 2,000, excuse me. 28.7 points per game, fourth best mark in the league. 8.9 assists, fourth best mark. So he's got the numbers, right? Dallas is 25 and 21. If Dallas plays well in the last month of the season, Luka Doncic, man, he's going to be a popular choice for MVP. So at plus 2,000 to me offers nice value. And two long shots that are probably not going to win it, but you never know, right? Kyrie Irving is at plus 20,000 and Chris Paul is at plus 25,000. Now, Kyrie averaged 30.2 points per game in March. The Nets have a legitimate shot to finish with the best record in the NBA. If he can kind of score 32 points per game in April, wouldn't he have a chance to win the thing? I mean, Kyrie's been a scoring machine for the Nets. And Chris Paul, when was the last time we saw the Suns actually have a decent team? It's been a very long time. So Chris Paul comes on board, and all of a sudden, they have the third best record in the league. What if they finish with the best record in the NBA? Chris Paul, man, 16 points per game. I know it's not too much, but 8.7 assists is fifth best mark in the league, plus 25,000 for Chris Paul. Okay, let's talk some championship odds. I mean, you got to think about the Nets, right? The Nets are plus 225. Blake Griffin has kind of stepped into that lineup and has been playing well, man. 5 shots per game, close to 9 points per game. And with Kevin Durant coming back, you have to think the Nets are the clear favorites to win the NBA championship at plus 225. I love them. The Lakers, we'll see how LeBron James and Anthony Davis come back. The Lakers are still at plus 300. The Clippers, man, winning 6 straight games before losing it to the Magic. So they finished March really well. They are now plus 600. Intrigued to see what playoff Rondo offers to the Clippers. Sometimes they seem like they need a little bit more heart. Okay? So there's a few teams. The Bucks are plus 900. There's a few teams that I think offer better value than these clubs. Okay? I start with the Jazz, best record in the NBA by the end of March. They are at plus 900. We've talked about them. They do everything. They score the ball. They shoot well from the perimeter. They play very good defense. The Philadelphia 76ers, Tobias Harris is quietly averaging 21 points per game. Ben Simmons, if he can play well in the playoffs, I know he's not a great shooter, but if he can somehow help them offensively in the playoffs at plus 1,200, does Philly have a chance to get by the Nets? That is a tough one. But there's 3 teams, man, that I think offer tremendous value here. The Denver Nuggets at plus 1,800 can go to the finals, and if you get there, you can win. Aaron Gordon, JaVale McGee, I think they bring length to the Nuggets, to the paint, right? And I just think Denver, man, they look very balanced offensively and defensively, and they might have the best player in the league right now, Nikola Jokic, on their team. Finished March winning 7 out of 9 games. Beat up on the Philadelphia 76ers recently. Yes, Joel Embiid did not play, but at plus 1,800, man, Denver looks good. Phoenix, like I said, second best record in the league. I said third best record. I said they have the second best record in the league. They are at plus 2,800, won 8 out of 10 games. Devin Booker balling, Chris Paul balling. They can beat anybody in the West too. They've had success against the Lakers. Plus 2,800, that's value. And also the Miami Heat. I'm anxious to see Victor Oladipo and what he offers to that team. But for a team that went to the finals last year, if Oladipo can kind of turn back the clock and play like he played against Cleveland a few years ago in the first round when he was with the Pacers, he can really help the Miami Heat, man. So they have some experience from having gone to the finals last year. Still have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. They got some nice pieces. Tyler Hero. You never, ever know. Let's see what Oladipo offers. But the Heat at plus 3,000 seem to offer interesting value, at least. We shall see what happens. For everything regarding the world of betting, you can go to oddshark.com. Bye-bye.